So you're ready to change your strings, but you notice that your fretboard is dirty or your frets are kind of not looking the way they should. So in today's video, we're going to talk about cleaning your fretboard and polishing the frets. Okay, so once you have your strings off, and you can kind of take a look at the fretboard here. Here, this is an acoustic that has a lighter fretboard. It's not like a dark wood. It's been worn away a little bit. When you're cleaning the fretboard here, this one, the fretboard's actually in pretty good condition. You can take a microfiber cloth to this and just kind of wipe down the wood itself. But what I'm going to use, and I know it's controversial, so some people may disagree, and that's fine. But I actually use quad-aught steel wool, which is the finest steel wool you can use. And with it being a lighter wood, we're going to use a fret guard here. And so this fret guard should keep us from scratching up the wood anyways. So we'll go ahead and start. Well, first I'm going to clean off the wood, and then we're going to polish the frets. So this fretboard, the wood's already pretty clean, but I'm going to, just for good measure's sake, kind of take a cloth. I'm taking a microfiber cloth, and all I'm doing is just kind of getting the dust from between where the frets are, just making sure it's a nice clean surface. It's also good to do this if you're going to be using steel wool, so you don't aggravate something onto the fretboard to scratch it up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and grab my steel wool. And these fret guards are really handy. I mean, all you really do is you're just going to stick it right onto the fret, and you're going to just make sure you don't get onto the fretboard, but you're just going to literally hit it just a little bit, and it's going to polish it up there nicely. As I go, I just want to make sure I'm getting all the steel wool off, so I'm not aggravating that onto the wood. And you can see this one was actually polished fairly recently, so it's not a dramatic difference, but even it's been about a half a year, and you can see it kind of shining up a little bit more comparatively to what's already there. Yeah, if you're looking for steel wool, Amazon's probably the easiest place, but if you have a local hardware store, it's not very expensive. You can get a big pack of it. So frets are all polished. Now at this point, what I will use is I have an air compressor. So it's a larger air compressor, and so if you already have one on hand, it makes it easy. If you don't have one, you can just go get those little air cans. They're pretty much anywhere as well: hardware store, Walmart, Amazon, and they're not very expensive. So what I do at this point is I just want to blow off all of the steel wool that we just got on there. Now it's at this point that a lot of guys will use lemon oil, and that's perfectly fine. I've used something similar to lemon oil, I think, the last time I changed the strings, and so the thing to know with lemon oil, you don't need to put it on every time. It's just not necessary. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back over with this microfiber cloth, kind of just make sure everything's fully cleaned off. We probably got it all already, but just for good measure. And there you have it. It's a clean fretboard. The wood's clean, the frets are clean, and we're ready to put some new strings on. So next we're going to go to an electric guitar and kind of show you with more of a dark wood and how to clean that as well. Okay, so here's the second guitar we're going to look at. In this one, it looks like the frets are pretty clean, but the fretboard itself definitely needs cleaned up more. And you kind of see the gunk that's kind of built up on the wood. And this is, I believe, looks to me to be like a rosewood, pretty standard dark wood neck. And so this one, and this is where I said earlier, steel wool can be controversial. I will actually use the steel wool on the wood itself, but I'll explain as we go how I cover it up. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing as we did before, but we're going to just not be using the fret guard. Now to start, I'm kind of really just trying to get in here and get all that gunk out of there. Now, as you use the steel wool, you're going to notice you leave little micro lines. I'm going to show you how I kind of handle that as we get done here. First, I just want to make sure it's completely cleaned off. We're using a makeshift workbench because our workbench is being refurbished, so that's why you see the table wobbling like it is. And you can kind of just see the more pressure you apply, you're kind of just seeing it disappear. I'm going to break here for a second so you can kind of see, you see where the lines are. Now granted, it's not perfect here, but you see how much cleaner this is compared to these right here. So we're making progress. So I'm going to try to get a little bit closer on these. It takes a little bit of time. The other thing to note is if you are working on a neck fretboard that is ebony, And you'll be able to tell because it's a really dark wood. You don't want to use this method because it's harder to cover up in the end, the last step. Now you're also going to notice as we get closer to the pickups are magnetic. So the steel wool really loves to stick to those pickups. So it's very important to make sure you're using a good air compressor. You could probably use compressed air out of a can for this, but truthfully I think you're better off using an air compressor if you have one. So I think we got a majority of it off. Now what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do to kind of hide some of those scratches is I'm going to go back over the fretboard, but I'm going to make a circular motion. And all I'm kind of doing is just making sure that there's no like distinct lines. I don't want there to be distinct lines you can see when you're looking back over this. So we're going to make circular motions all the way down the fretboard. Okay, and so my last step, I will use the Old English scratch cover for dark woods. This works really, really well. And this will kind of take care of that last little bit of like any sort of little spots and streaks you see. So I apply rather generously. It's not going to hurt anything to use too much. You can kind of decide what you want to do. I'm just going to use this microfiber cloth since I've already been using it. And it will stain whatever cloth you use, so just make sure that you're okay with that. And we want to work into the edges right by the frets specifically, because that's where it just takes a little bit more effort to get that really worked in. Now some guys say you should let it set for a little bit. I think it doesn't really matter. I'll just take the clean side of the cloth now, and I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe that off. And there you go. I mean, it looks so much cleaner now. We can kind of do a side by side of how it did look and how it does look now, and you'll kind of see a really big difference. And really that didn't take us very long. It's a very small amount of supplies you need. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease and you can make the neck look like it's pretty much brand new. So now we need to put new strings on this, but we've already done this in a video. So if you'd like to see how to restring your guitar, check it out right here. And we also are going to link both of our reverb stores in the description as well. Feel free to check out our inventory, and hope you enjoy the video.